here, I got my box truck. I got my Toyota Tundra. I've got my chickens back there. How did Greg do it? How did he run this mobile bike shop for 9 years, making a profit every year? Well, I'm gonna indulge myself a little bit today, and I'm gonna tell you how I started this mobile bike shop and what it's like to run a mobile bike shop. So stay tuned for that. So, bike repair. Do you want to start a mobile bike shop? Do you want to start a bike shop? Do you want to watch a video and make you feel good about never getting into the bike industry and just keeping it as a hobby? That's what this video is about today. I got my little wrenches, I'm in my little truck, and I'm gonna tell you the secrets of Greg's mobile bike shop, Swift Fix. Bike life, I'm living the bike life. This is my bike life t-shirt. You can buy it, it's like $23. Okay, so where should we start? Why did I start a mobile bike shop? Why did I do this? Well, first thing is I took a 2-year break from working in bike shops. And I was working at, it was called Alpine Autism Center, and it was a school for kids who have autism. And I was just a BCAB, I think. I was just a behavior technician, okay? And it was a great job. I enjoyed it. I also felt like the behavior therapy was rubbing off on me. Like I had a kid who couldn't touch paper towels or cotton balls without yelling. And I could not touch cotton balls or paper towels without getting irately mad. So when I was helping him, I was having to touch all this stuff. And where am I going with this? I think the only way I was able to get the function of adult to run my own business is I worked in an autism school and the treatment kind of rubbed off on me. So if you're like a 20-something-year-old, maybe you have sensory issues or you think you might be slightly autistic, go work. You don't have the money for treatment. Go work in an autism school and it'll rub off on you a little bit and you'll get a little bit more functional. So that's what I did. And then I started this mobile bike shop. And I'm gonna be honest, my dad bought my first truck, my Envy Sprinter van type truck, to start my business. Looking back, yeah, I could have definitely started this business without that Nissan Envy truck. I had like 10, 20,000. I could have got an old truck and made it work, but that was a really nice thing to do. And a lot of people think boomers are super mean, super stuck up, but you know, there's a lot of boomers that help out their kids. And most of the kids that get help, they just keep quiet about it, which isn't good. Because like, I know there's a lot of people my age who have houses because their parents helped them get a house, but then it's like an ego thing. They don't want to talk about it. And it's like, there's the story of the prodigal son and he wastes his inheritance. And it's like that whole story relies on the dad giving his kids an inheritance to get them set up in the world. All right. And nowadays it's like, we don't want to talk about the inheritances we're getting. We don't want to give inheritances. We're going to die with nothing. And I think that is a deranged society that does not look into the future. Why don't you look 100, 200 years into your future posterity and think maybe posterity and prosperity are very similar words. Why don't you construct a reality where you can try to give your posterity as much prosperity as possible? I don't know. There is a lot of boomers out there that still do. Still care about that. Anyway, so I started my mobile shop. The first 4 years, I've been doing this 9 years. The first 4 years, I made $10,000 to $20,000 a year. Why would I keep doing this for 4 years making hardly any money? And if you start a mobile bike shop, unless you're really crazy, I feel like I'm pretty competent, but you're going to be making about the same. But you can do it. You can do it in the evenings. You can pick up the clientele over time. Why did I stick with it? Well, I had other things going on. When I lived in Colorado Springs, we were fixing up a house. We sold the house for a profit. When I lived over in the city next to me, we were fixing up a house in the meantime. Sold the house for a profit. I was also doing foster care, which was a huge 10 to 20 an hour week time commitment with all the lawyers and the visits and the law. And I was occupied. So it's fine. All right. Nowadays, I'm making, I would say if I worked in a bike shop and got paid $15 to $20 an hour or $25 an hour, and I worked there 40 hours a week, year round, that's about how much I'm making now. But I work less than half those hours on this business. This business in the peak season, it's 40 hours a week. I could make it more, but I don't want to. And in the slow season, it's 0 to 10 hours a week. So it's a very up in the air business. It's like, well, how do you make it work, Greg? Well, I keep my expenses low. My wife has a part-time job that helps, that makes sure we have food, but I keep my expenses low. And there's a lot of businesses out there where their business is, when you decide you're going to be an entrepreneur, they know that you have taken out a loan, you have taken out a mortgage, you've taken out capital, and you're a sucker for their money. So there is nothing, if you put a signal out, I'm a new business owner, you're going to get endless amounts of stupid things to waste your money on. Okay? And you have to be ruthless in saying no to them. When you start a mobile bike shop, you're going to have to buy inventory. Buy it slow, because every single area, even in the same state, is going to have a different clientele. For me, I almost never work on road bikes. I have 2 road bike tires that are non-tubeless and 2 road bike tires that are tubeless. I don't need to keep road bike derailleurs in stock. I don't need to keep that stuff in stock because the odds I'm going to need it is like less than once a year. I need to keep Shimano 12 speed, SRAM 12 speed, 11 speed, 10 speed, 8 speed. I need all the mountain bike shifters and derailleurs in stock in this truck because I'll need them every month or two. Or like almost every time I'm going out for repairs. So where am I going with this video? You want to do a mobile shop, it's going to take a long time to grow. Maybe if you got super into marketing, but it's a lot. The bike industry, it takes a long time to get your clientele. Even if you're running a regular bike shop, I've heard it's like 5 years. And at this point, I'm 9 years in, 8 years into this Utah area, and I have like a base of around 100,000 people living in this area, these specific areas, and every year I get more referrals and I get more work. And people talk, oh, this Greg guy, he comes to my house, it's so easy, he's affordable. And the other thing is I can make this work because my operating costs are below, I think it's around $7,000 a year. If I make $7,000 in this business, I can cover my everything to run this business, $7,000. Everything I make above $7,000 is profit. Okay, so I can make it work. If you run a regular bike shop, the 5-year mark is mind-numbingly boring. You're sitting in an empty bike shop the majority of the year, and you're just sitting there hoping customers come through your door. All right, that is mind-numbing. So my first 5 years, when I didn't have customers, I got to go do other things with my time. Starting a mobile bike shop is the way to go to build up your clientele in the area. If I started a regular bike shop now, I'm pretty sure I would be doing more business than I'm doing right now. It would just grow the business. But if you've got cash strapped, you have this dream of running a bike shop and you want to pay the mortgage, you want to run a real bike shop, run a mobile bike shop for 5 years, get your name out there, get people talking about you, and transition to a regular bike shop down the line. I am too selfish to start a real bike shop because I don't want to deal with employees, and I like my trips. I go down to St. George a few months out of the year. I like my little trips. I like my little adventures. So I'm not going to be doing that. But I know if I did it, I'd be successful. So it is hot in this truck. Subscribe to the channel. This is Greg's Bike Life t-shirt. I designed this t-shirt. It's like 25 bucks. You can buy it if you want. But thanks for watching. If you have any other questions about my little mobile bike shop, let me know. Okay? Bye.